Well, good evening, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history from my living room, as you can see. Now, the temperature today on January 18, 2022 was in the low double digits. I think it got up to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Yay. But the wind chill was below zero, and I really couldn't bear the thought of being outside in that. So, but tomorrow, the high is supposed to be 36. Ooh, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, so 36 in January, that's balmy in Vermont. So, looking forward to being out and about tomorrow. Filming. I think the temperature on Saturday is supposed to be a high of 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Brrr. And then the wind chill on top of that. So it's going to be well below zero. And nope, not going out in that. Sorry, no. But anyway, so tonight I'm offering you a book review, which I found this book really so great. So the title is Building Hoover Dam, an oral history of the Great Depression, written by Andrew J. Dunar, hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly, capital D-U-N-A-R, and Dennis McBride. The book was written originally in 1993, printed by the University of Nevada Press in Reno, Nevada, and I think the copy I have is 2001. I bought it new on Amazon. It wasn't very much money, as I recall. This is the front cover, and this is the back cover, and then the spine. What I really like about the title on the spine is when it's on your bookcase, the title is written so that when it's on the spine, you can just read it easily without tilting your head. What does that title say? Because it's not sideways. So I love that. That's quite nice. That's a nice touch. It is has a table of contents. It is fully indexed. Let me see how many pages are in here. How many pages? There's an appendix, a conclusion. I know you're thinking, oh my God, Patricia, this sounds dreadful. It has all that stuff that reeks of a history book. But actually, not all history books are dull, boring, awful dishwater sort of stuff. Let me see. Where's the end of this book? Oh, yeah, here we go. Page, so it's 308 pages. That's just the text part. All the good stuff, if you will. So, I have visited the Hoover Dam in 2019 with a friend. We took a tour and all that great stuff. And if you stay to the end, I'll be offering you the 3 tours that were offered in 2019 anyway, and give you my recommendations on which tour you should take based upon my own experience visiting there. My hope after returning from the Hoover Dam, when I got home from visiting Las Vegas and doing different things around Vegas, including the Hoover Dam, was to offer a presentation. I love to travel someplace and then come back and offer a presentation on it. That was the, when was that? November? May have been in November when I went there. That sounds about right. So, in 2019. And then, of course, we had a little problem in 2020 and 2021, and now the beginning of 2022 as well. So, I don't know about offering any live presentations at this time. So anyway, I bought this book to read up more about the history. And you know what the thing with this book is? It's not what you're thinking. What it is it's a series of people who worked there or had something to do with Hoover Dam at the time it was being built, who are offering their recollections of it, their stories, and most are pretty short. Each of these paragraphs you see here So this is one person talking. Let me see. For instance, here. This is one person talking. This is another person talking. So some are short, some are longer. But I love reading first-person accounts. These folks were just regular folks like us, who had a skill, and they helped build Hoover Dam. Wow! I find most people to be very interesting. You know, their lives, their past, what they've done. I love that kind of stuff. Basic stuff. You know, most people aren't going to be famous. We're all just going to be doing our thing, and every now and then we seem interesting. We do some interesting stuff. So this was truly one of the best reads I had in a while, and it's filled with black and white photos as well. I'm not going to show any of those to you. I'm sure they're copyrighted, so you take my word for it. There are several illustrations in here of people, of buildings, of vehicles, of let's see, were there any areas? Yeah, some people in the hospital, some areas in Hoover Dam. Really great stuff. Again, stuff I love because I like looking at pictures, don't you? Isn't that one of the fun things about reading a nonfiction book? Especially one that's history related? Yes. I'll answer that for you. Yes. The answer is yes. Seeing a visual of something really can explain it so much better to me than other ways, right? So, I'm going to read you three people talking in here. I happen to really like this section of the book. Let me see. What was this section? Let me tell you what the section. Oh, and the sections. Yes, sections in this book. Investigation and approval, Southern Nevada. Settlements, Black Canyon and vicinity. Construction camp, Boulder City, 1931. Turning the river, Black Canyon. A government reservation, Boulder City. Laying the foundation, Black Canyon. A day in the life. That was from 1931 to 35. Off the reservation, Las Vegas. Towers, penstocks, and spillways, Black Canyon. And then completion, Hoover Dam and Boulder City. So page 42 falls under the settlements section. All right, so I'm going to read you excerpts from pages 43 and 44. And I think you'll find this as interesting as I did. And if not, well, at least you have an insight into something I find interesting. I do need to move my lamp a little bit over so I can actually see the print in the book, because my eyes are not what they used to be. Let's see. I'm quoting Helen Holmes. Quote, "The men were going out with the heat. They called it passing out. Summer temperatures went terrifically high. The ambulance would go up so many times with the people. I don't remember if there were too many who died, but they'd have to pack them in ice and take them up. Of course, that siren, oh, it scared you, because you wondered if it might be your husband." Unquote for her. Neil Holmes, Helen Holmes' husband, quote, "For a month during the summer, 30 days, the thermometer never went below 100, that's Fahrenheit, day or night. It was from that on up to 138 degrees. Again, these are all in Fahrenheit. That was doing a lot to us. I went to work as a pipe fitter. They gave me a crew, and I went to work at 4 o'clock in the morning and worked until noon. Along about 24th to 25th of July, I got a little bit too hot. They had a truck run into the compressor plant at the lower end and broke out some pipe work. They got a hold of me along about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to go down and repair that job. It took us until noon to get through with it, which was time for us to go home. We got too hot down there in the sunshine. Unquote from him. Helen Holmes talks again. Quote, it seemed to me like it was late in the afternoon. He had come home and just didn't feel well. He just perspired all night long, just soaked with perspiration, and he just was weak. He didn't have to be taken to Las Vegas in the ambulance, but he did have heat prostration. I got ice from the little store and put ice on him. He thought the best thing to do was to go to the mountains to try to get feeling better. I don't remember how he got off his job and was able to leave, but maybe he had made some arrangement before he got home. We drove up into Las Vegas and saw a doctor, then went up to the mountains for about 2 weeks before he was even able to do anything at all. It was just lucky that he wasn't one that passed out. If they lost consciousness, they would just pack them in ice and take them into a hospital or into Las Vegas. But the thing of it is, some of them didn't survive or recover. Unquote. Now, here's a brief description of the person who's speaking next. Dr. Claire Woodbury was one of the physicians in Las Vegas who cared for these men. Claire is spelled capital C-L-A-R-E, by the way. Quote, at that time, very little was known about heat exhaustion. During the summer months, for a while they brought in sometimes 10 and 12 men at a time, unconscious and incontinent. We had no electric thermometer then, but with an ordinary thermometer, the rectal temperature went up to 112 degrees. We had half a dozen bathtubs filled with cold water and ice floating in it. As soon as they come in, we put them in the ice water, and within an hour, their temperature was reduced to near normal. Then we gave them the intravenous fluids they needed. Before that, the mortality was about 50 or 60%. After that, they all recovered. Unquote. Well, if you thought that was interesting, the whole book is like that. These fantastic anecdotes. Some very sad, talking about people dying and all that. But really, so good. I highly recommend this book. Hoover Dam, Building Hoover Dam, An Oral History of the Great Depression. Excellent book. All right, so if you'll indulge me for a moment, I guess you always indulge me. 126 subscribers. I gained one from last night. Woo! Oh, that reminds me. I might as well do my shtick. If you're enjoying my content, hey, subscribe. I'm not sure what you're waiting for. I've invited you. Come on. Join the fun. Comment, like, share, subscribe. You know, if you like the video, chances are your friends and family will too. So share it with them. It'll be good. It's all good. But subscribe. I know I'd appreciate it. Makes my day when I see a new subscriber. No, I don't know who you are. Unless you have a public channel like mine. I don't know who subscribes. It's anonymous. So there you go. All right, so when I visited in 2019, I had this handy-dandy brochure from the hotel my friend and I stayed at. I love when they have a wall of brochures to show you what you can do. Now, my friend had taken this tour a few years beforehand. She really wanted to take it again. So, yeah, let's do this. Now, the 3 levels of tours and the prices of these tours. I'll give you my opinion, because I know you want that. These are from 2019. I don't know what the prices are, but you could look it up. By the way, the Hoover Dam is managed by the U.S. Department of the Interior, Bureau of Reclamation. So the first level of tour, the lowest level, the least expensive one, is called the Visitor Center Tour, and it was $10. It includes admission to visitor center exhibits and observation deck and the 1940s era original exhibit building topographical map presentation. That is a mouthful. Tickets are available from 9 to 4:15 p.m. and the visitor center closes at 5 p.m. Is this worth $10? No. No, it's not. Now, in 2019, I don't know where most of those visitor center exhibits were because I just didn't see them. So maybe I was just blind. Maybe I misunderstood what an exhibit was supposed to be, but I didn't like it. And I would say, save your money. You don't have to go on a tour to enjoy Hoover Dam. There's plenty of things to look at outside, for instance. The tour is primarily inside. So there's plenty to look at, plenty of places you can take photographs from. It's architecturally beautiful. That bridge, this bridge, and of course that's the dam. Beautiful, beautiful architecture, and you can do all that stuff outside for free. So if you don't have the money or you don't have the time, then just walk around and enjoy the scenery. And then the next level tour is the power plant tour for $15. Tickets are available from 9 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. This tour includes a 10-minute movie on the history of Hoover Dam, a 30-minute guided tour to a viewing platform overlooking a 30-foot diameter penstock pipe, and the Nevada wing of the power plant, and then all of the visitor center tour. So you pay $5 more for those other things. Is that worth it? Certainly a lot better than the visitor center tour. If you have time to do that tour and don't want to spend the next level up, then yeah, I think this would be a perfectly fine tour. But there's a better tour, and it's one my friend and I took. Now, what is called here in the brochure is different, a little bit different than what they had on all of the walls and the counters leading up to the ticket windows. And all those signs, and I know you're going to be saying, no. A bureaucracy would never have anything that had a sense of humor, but no, I kid you not. It's the name of that tour on all the walls and whatnot, the whole damn tour. Now, on here, they just call it the Dam Tour. There you go. The Dam Tour. But at Hoover Dam itself, they called it the whole damn tour. And even now it just makes me giggle like a school kid. So, first of all, in parentheses, there are two sentences that I'm going to tell you. I'm going to read to you and then explain why I think they are. Must be 8 years of age or older. This tour is not handicapped accessible. Understand that you actually use an elevator to get down to these different levels inside. So that would lead one to believe that you could be in a wheelchair and be perfectly fine, or using a walker or crutches or what have you. But here's the thing. Let's say an alarm goes off down there. They shut off the elevator, and then you have to walk up a gazillion stairs to get out of the place. So I'm guessing if you have an 8-year-old child, they understand better what's going on, to hold mommy or daddy's hand, and to walk up the stairs. They don't have to be carried like maybe a 4-year-old, for instance. And a person in a wheelchair is not going to make it up those stairs unless they have one of those much fancier wheelchairs that can climb stairs. I've seen those. They're amazing, and they're incredibly expensive. If you're on crutches, you're not going to be very happy about that. But if you're using a walker, you could make it up the stairs with a walker. I have done that. I have a walker. You've seen me use my cane as a pointer, but I have a walker too, because sometimes I need to use that. My old-fashioned aluminum one, the kind we usually think of grandmothers and grandparents using, right? That kind. That's the kind I have used to climb stairs with. It's probably not very safe, but I have done it. So it's doable. But would I want to do it up a couple hundred steps? Probably not. All right, so the rest of this tour, let's see. It includes a 10-minute movie on the history of Hoover Dam, just as the second one did. A 1-hour guided tour to a platform overlooking the 30-foot diameter penstock pipe and the Nevada wing of the power plant. Understand, when you're looking at the Nevada wing of the power plant, you're literally just looking down a hall. It's padlocked. You can't walk down it. You're just looking at it. And this is why, oh, and it includes all of the pieces of the visitor center tour as well. Oh, by the way, tickets are available 9 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. or until sold out. So we know this is a popular tour. But the reason I wanted to take this tour is this sentence right here. And a stop in an original inspection tunnel inside the dam. That is worth the price of admission. This is a $30 tour. Yep, twice the price of the second one, and I happily paid $30. I'd happily pay $30 again. It was really that good. So, if you're going to go to visit the Hoover Dam, I'm pretty sure it's open now, and if they're leading these tours, then I highly, highly recommend the whole damn tour. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's actually, what time is it? Oh, it's almost 11 p.m. Oh my gosh, where did this day go? Anyway, appreciate your hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed my video. And until I see you again, same deal. My name is Patricia, and I'm traveling for history. So until I see you again, you have a great night. Thanks so much for watching.